So, how does it taste? I hope it's good.
It's a nice, consistent flavor. You've come a long way, Laphicet.
Whew, that's a relief. Thanks.
Everything from the prep work to the measurements follows the recipe to perfection. It's very you. I bet you'd be great at making pastries.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to make some.
So long as you're all right with some simple things, I'd be happy to teach you.
That would be great. I also want to try making my own ingredients from scratch.
You don't have to go that far. You can just buy them from shops.
Yeah, but still.
Oh boy, I know how this story goes. First, it starts simple enough. You want to mix up something like curry powder. Then you'll be kneading noodles, growing sourdough starters, churning butter, and before you know it, you'll wind up fermenting miso and distilling spirits. Then comes the next phase. You'll grow your own rice and beans and raise your own animals. It's a road I've been down myself.
You have?
Yeah, out on this remote island. I even built a private salt pond where I can cultivate natural salt just the way I like it.
That's amazing!
So how far does this path lead?
It only ends when you've decided you've had enough. I won't lie to you, Laphicet. It's a hard road. But if you're really serious, I'll teach you the ropes.
I'm super serious! Please, teach me everything!
If that's what you want to do, I say go for it. Eating is a vital part of life. Might as well enjoy your food on as many levels as you can.
The rangetsu style applies equally well to the kitchen. Look at how perfectly chopped everything is.
Yeah, and it's got a nice clean taste too, but with literally everything chopped to super tiny pieces, it all just ends up one texture.
That's not true. Look at how I do vegetables. For stir fry, I cut them super tiny, but for juices, I go extra super tiny.
Wait, you chop things into juice?
When you make sashimi, you slice the fish so thin it's nearly transparent. The pieces fall apart when I try to pick them up.
That's not even the best part. I can turn a fish into sashimi so quickly its bones keep on swimming away.
I think the fish might be a bit too fresh in that case.
And your angel hair pasta is thinner than actual hair. There's no possible way to cook it al dente. Don't cut your dough so thinly. Thicker pasta gives it soul and makes it hearty.
Sorry, but that's just how I do it. Any other way and it wouldn't be rangetsu cooking.
Why do I even bother? It's like trying to reason with a brick wall.
Well, cutting takoyaki into slices is a bit much.
You might have me there. Okay, I'm sorry. I got carried away and wasn't thinking. Takoyaki has to be ball-shaped or it's not any good.
Exactly!
See? We can get him to agree on some things.
You say that like it's a good thing. I finally finished my culinary masterpiece. Eat your hearts out!
Wow! I can tell you put a lot of care into this, Magilu.
Yeah, it's really refined. There's a lot of subtlety to it.
Color me surprised. I figured the only thing you'd be good at concocting was poison.
You know what they say. Jack of one trade, master of many. Once you're a witch of my caliber, cooking comes naturally.
Are there really that many similarities between cooking and witchcraft?
Oh, so very many. For instance, the first steps in preparing a broth are the same as for brewing cursing concoctions.
Wow! I had no idea.
Cursing concoctions?
And the way you prepare the ingredients for a love potion can be readily applied to how you make simmered dishes.
Really?
Love potions?
Think of the similarities like this. In both witchcraft and cooking, you have to think about who's going to consume your creations. It's very important.
I think I understand what you mean. It's the way you put feeling into it.
No, don't listen to her!
From now on, you can't eat anything Magilu cooks for you until you had someone else test it first.
What? Why? What do you mean, test it?
Just make Bienfu eat some and see how he reacts.
That's a good idea. Let's go with that.
What?
Poor Laphicet, surrounded by women who wouldn't know a joke if it hit them upside the head. The trick to being a good cook is having a playful side.
How does it taste?
Oh, it's great.
You say that about everything you eat.
That's not true. I have a very refined palate. Eleanor's cooking is, how do I put it? Her dishes have gotten more flexible.
Come again?
It's commanding, but not so rigid, and yet still representative of who she is.
I'm still not sure I follow.
I used to cook by following every recipe as precisely as possible, but I've learned to feel out the dishes a bit more. I decide how much seasoning to use, and I make adjustments to taste. Sometimes what I make doesn't turn out right, but it's more fun this way.
Wow, you really have changed, Eleanor.
That's what I meant when I said her dishes were flexible. I was right.
Rokuro, don't talk with your mouth full. You're getting food everywhere.
Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
You did it again. Look, it's all over your face. Act your age, Rokuro.
Sorry again.
There's something else I've been meaning to mention. Do you realize you hold your chopsticks incorrectly?
Oh, you noticed. It's an original way I came up with myself because I didn't want to imitate Shigure growing up. Pretty nifty, ain't it?
No, it's not. It's horrible manners. Corrupted manners at the table leads to a corrupted soul. Hold your chopsticks properly.
I'm a demon, so I think that ship has already sailed.
Properly!
All right, fine. I don't think my Rangetsu sword training was ever this strict.
Maybe Eleanor hasn't changed all that much.
All right, I'm done cooking. Dig in.
Aizen, I gotta say, your food tastes quite rich.
But not in a bad way. It's rich, but it's not overpowering.
Yeah, it's a very grown-up flavor. I could get attached to this.
Of course. I used a lot of my special ingredients.
Special ingredients?
That sounds oddly suspicious.
Normally, a master would never reveal his secrets. But I'll make an exception this one time. One of my secret ingredients is pirate mushrooms. Using them, you can make an excellent broth with a full-bodied flavor prized by the most discerning chefs.
That sounds kind of like bandit mushrooms, which can kill you in a single bite.
Indeed. Pirate mushrooms are quite rare and very difficult to differentiate from bandit mushrooms.
I also use a little something called the Reaper Pufferfish.
Isn't that fish so deadly poisonous that its juices could single-handedly put down an entire herd of elephants?
No more than a handful of chefs could prepare them in a way that would actually be edible.
Yeah, but the flavor is sublime. It'll make you think you've died and gone to heaven.
You don't mean that literally, right?
You prepared the fish yourself, yes? Just so we're clear?
Of course I did. I'm in charge of my own knife. I take full responsibility, from scratch to finish. That's just my way.
I think I'm starting to feel a little dizzy.
Me too. Reaper cooking is no joke. It's to be respected and feared.